Welcome to my first video on this channel. Here I'll be demoing service mesh, the way it simplifies building cloud native workloads securely with Istio with or without sidecar. But before going, I would like to talk about how things was done. Have you ever wondered how apps like Instagram, Netflix, Amazon work smoothly with millions of users? It's not one giant app, it's a team of small independent services working together. Now, the small independent services working together are called microservices. Before microservices, we had the monolithic way. Everything packed in one system. We have the UI, the basic logic, the database, and the likes, all packed into one big app. Now, this comes with a couple of problems. Scaling is hard. We have a fragile code base. We can't scale one part of the service once. Yeah, we can't scale one part of the services. One part of the service, we have to scale the whole app to scale for us to be able to scale one part of the service. The code base is fragile. A small change can actually break the whole app. And there's team issue. Developers working on a different feature can clash easily. Now, all these issues are being solved in microservices. Microservice breaks the app into small independent services. Each one handles a specific task like the auth, the authentication, the product catalog, the payment, the order tracking, and the likes. The benefits of microservice comes with scalability. We can scale what parts we need to scale independently. Fault isolation. One service fails, the rest keeps running. Flexibility. We can use the best stack, either Next.js for front end, PHP for back end. However, we can use the best stack for each service. And we have faster updates. We can build and roll up specific services independently. Now, how do microservices talk? Microservices talk with lightweight protocols like HTTP, message queues. Each service is independent and they use different stacks, like I said earlier. Microservices are often put into containers using Docker. Now, containers are portable, they are consistent across environments, and they are isolated. How do we manage containers at large, at scale? We use Kubernetes to deploy, scale, monitor, and manage our containers. Kubernetes helps manage hundreds of thousands of microservices. But microservice comes with a challenge. How do services communicate efficiently? How do we monitor all services? How do we ensure security and reliability? The solution is service mesh. Service mesh handles all complexity. It simplifies communication, observability, and security across microservice. Now, what is service mesh? Service mesh manages how services communicate. It adds proxy, which are called tiny helpers to handle the traffic control, the security, and the observability. This proxy sits next to our service, like motorcycle sidecar. This is called sidecar configuration. Now, how it works? The two main components in Kubernetes. We have the control plane and the data plane. Control plane is the brain of our cluster, of our workload, while the proxies are situated in the data plane. This follows the rules of handling real-time traffic. Now, proxies ensure communication is smooth, secure, and reliable. Now, there's a new model called ambient mesh. It removes the sidecar model from flexibility and performance. Service mesh helps to route traffic efficiently. So we introduced Istio, the game changer for microservices. Now, what is Istio? Istio is an open source service mesh that connects services and monitors our service. We don't need to write code, just plug it in. We don't need to write the code into our code base. We don't need to plug it. We just plug it in and everything works. Why does Istio stand out? it secures communication, it enables automatic load balancing, it controls traffic, and it gives clear insights on observability. Now there are two ways we can use it to sidecar and the ambient mode. For the sidecar mode, Envoy runs next to each service. It acts like a personal assistant for traffic. It handles everything. But for the ambient mode, it's a newer way of doing things. It's a lightweight. It's one proxy per node, and it's great for large-scale setup to reduce workload. Now, the ambient mode is the newer and the more efficient way, because one of the benefits is lower CPU and memory usage. Imagine doing stuff the old way, like the sidecar mode, where we have each pod owning its own identity, encryption, traffic management, and likes. With the help of with the newer way of doing things, which is ambient mode, it secures the Z-tunnel, and possesses and uses waypoint proxy in the layer 7. Now I'll just demo. I'll demo this Bookinfo. There's a demo project here on the Istio app, Istio website, which is the book. You can see we have the sidecar mode and the ambient mode. So I'll be using the ambient mode because it's the newer method and it's quite easy to run. So I'll be demoing this book info, and I have it here. I've added all the configuration. All I need to do firstly, I need to ensure Docker is running, because I'll use Docker as my driver for minikube. So I need to have it running. So I'll clone this to my local machine. I'll call it demo video. Open my VS Code. Move it into it. Yep. My terminal. Then clone my repo. Git clone. Git clone my repo. Then I'll cd into it. So now that I have my, okay, it's still starting. Let's give it some minutes. Okay, my cluster is running. Then the prerequisites for this, let me expand this a little bit. Okay. The prerequisite for this, I've added installed kubectl 10. And yeah, that's basically it. So I can just confirm each and every. I have everything on already installed. So I'll just go ahead and create my cluster. Now what will this do? This will create a minikube cluster named Istio demo. In the profile named Istio demo, it assigns it to CPU and 3 gigabytes RAM. You can actually reduce it if needed, but you need to ensure it still has enough space to operate. So this will pull the image and create my cluster. Afterwards, it should take some minutes. All right. Now I need to confirm if my cluster is running. Please, we should get our core DNS and a bunch of them running. Now let's install a repository. I just copy the two once. So basically, this will download this two mcharts repo and to fetch the latest version. Now that's done. Now we need to install Istio CLI. Before this, we need to install Istio CLI. Okay, let's go ahead and install. I need to move this up a little bit, then move up. This here, okay. Now we install Istio CLI. So this will give access to Istio CLI sample configurations and make Istio CLI available. Now that's currently running. Okay, that's done. Now we need to install CLD or either one, anyone. Let's install Istio base. Now Istio base what this does, it installs the CLD and sets up outback permissions. It's also so basically you can see we are creating a namespace. Istio system, we create namespace. So it's also creating a namespace that will live with Istio system rather. So secondly, we install gateway CRD. So this will check if Istio D is not installed, so it will install it. Because this is required for managing traffic via Istio D is required for managing traffic via Istio gateway. So that's done. Now we install Istio D with the ambience, with the profile ambience. I remember earlier I said we have two ways of doing it. Ambience way, sidecar way. So this is the ambience way of doing it. Also, we install the CNI. That's currently running. So the CNI sets up CNI plugin for ambient mode. This will ensure smooth traffic redirection without sidecar. Okay, that's done. Now we install the plugin, the CNI plugin. Afterwards, we install the Z tunnel. This is for the data plane. Data plane is also called slave node. So yeah. So the Z tunnel manages secure traffic between ports. You don't need sidecar because this is the ambient mode. So it uses daemon set. I'll talk about daemon set later. So now we are going to install Istio ingress. We create a namespace called Istio ingress and we install it. Okay, that's done. So with the help of the Istio ingress, we'll be able to have external access to service mesh. Now let's verify all our installation. To take this up a little bit. Okay, how do I do this? Okay, you can see everything is running. The Istio base, the CNI, the Istio D, and the Z tunnel. I can verify the ports running as well. I can see I have the CNI node, Istio D, and the Z tunnel. That confirms our app is running. Now, before setting up our app zone, we need to deploy our application. I have my applications here. Yeah, remember this is I'll just do a quick walkthrough. We have a service for the reviews, a service account. We have a service review, a service account. This service account assigns pod identity. It enables secure communication within cluster. And we have deployments for the reviews. Now, in this project, we have 3 deployments for reviews 1, reviews 2, but we have 1 service. So basically, we come in through the ingress envoy. This is like the first page where we come in through. Then we come across the reviews. So basically, how this is done, we deploy review 1, we deploy review 2, we deploy review 3. Everything will be talking with a single review service. So this basically it. We have the service. Everything they are on they are on Istio websites. Everything the setup is here. so you just need to take your time to go through it. Now, deployment for the reviews. This is deployment for the first review. We'll see the deployment for the second review. Then we'll see deployment for the third review. Now, for the services, this is the deployment for the service. A service account for Bookinfo, deployment for the service, and same for the ratings. It's kind of simple. Now, this has been exposed with Prometheus, because if we don't expose, we can't script metrics. So the code base has been exposed with Prometheus. So all I need to do is go into my app and apply the Bookinfo YAML. But before I apply, I need to create a namespace. So I will do let me move this up a little bit. I'll do kubectl create namespace Bookinfo. This is a create namespace called Bookinfo. So that namespace has been created. Then by do ls, I can see my Kubernetes cluster kits. Inside these kits, I have my Bookinfo. So I'll just go ahead and apply it. kubectl apply fk8s book info.yaml. I need to specify my namespace book info. This will apply on the configurations there. Now after applying it, I can do kubectl get ports to get the ports running in the Bookinfo namespace. Because that was where I deployed my app. So I can see it's currently running. It's currently creating rather. So now apply my gateway. This is my gateway. Just enables ingress gateway. And then listen up port 80. 80 is the default HTTP. Yeah, and it's basically just a simple gateway. So I'll do kubectl. This is gate info gateway .yaml. Okay. Now I need to kubectl get SVC, get services running. SVC Istio, because this gateway is in the Istio. kubectl get Istio ingress gateway in the namespace Istio ingress. Okay, let me mistake there. GRESS. Now I can see this pending, but let me check if my pods are now live. Okay, still creating, some are still creating. Why is this pending? All I need to do is open my terminal. So basically, I'll be doing a couple of istio like live. So what I need to do is ls cd desktop. Then I have my app running in demo video. CD demo. What's it called? I can't remember. Demo video. Now CD Istio mesh. Okay. So let me print working so I can duplicate this in new terminal. I'll open multiple terminal. So this guy the first. I have this running. me check if it's running. Okay, just creating. Now I'm going to seed into this. Okay, copy this. Seed into this again. Copy this. I'm just so I've opened multiple terminal. So now for my this is showing pending. All I need to do is run a tunnel in a new terminal. So this is a new terminal. I need to do minikube profile. This our really one list, which is Istio demo that I created earlier. Okay, Istio demo. So I'll do minikube tunnel to run the tunnel profile Istio demo. To ask for my password. So that should be running. When I do, I should see my new ports. Now you can see the external IP. I have a new external IP. So I need to wait for my ports to be running if I can test. I have the details still creating. So I will update this command so anyone that wants to try it to be easy. Yeah. Let's check again. Okay. Now we have all our 5 pods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pods running. Now all I can do kubectl get deployment namespace Bookinfo. I see everything's running. So now I can test, since our entry point is the product page. Our entry point is the product page, which was built with Python. I can just do call http localhost / product page. You can see it is running. I can test on my browser. Just copy this. Open on my browser. I don't need this anymore. Open on my browser. I can say I have my app running. This is review 1. So basically there's no database. It's just fetching directly from the backend, from the review service. So if I refresh, I should see another review service. So review 1, then refresh again. So basically review 1 with star. So we see we have the ones with black star, the one with maybe orange star, and the one with no star. So if I do, see these reviews start. This one starts by F540, and this one starts by FC40. If I go to I can see F540, reviews F540, and FC40. Sorry, what's it called again? FC40. Okay. If I refresh, it should give me another. Okay. Now we've tested our deployments. Now let's go ahead and add our observability stacks. What this will do is to make a directory to download the stack and output it into this. Same with this, we download the file Grafana, add it to the Grafana, output it into Grafana. Same with Kiali and Prometheus. So now what's done, we need to apply it into the Istio system namespace. First, let me do ls. Okay, I need to apply this. Now, this will create a couple of stuff. You deploy Grafana, deploy Istio, create service, create profit mark, create service, just basic. Now, if I go into my Hands-On, I can see the tail files. So everything, every parameter in this has a meaning and it has a use case. Same with Prometheus, Jega, and Grafana. So now I already installed. There are two ways I can like visit my services that I deployed in the Istio system namespace. I can actually port forward, and I can use the Istio CTL I downloaded earlier. For me to use Istio CTL, I can do Istio CTL dashboard Kiali to view my Kiali dashboard. This will open my Kiali dashboard. I guess it's still deploying. Let's give some minutes. Let me get the port the namespace Istio system. Use CTL get port namespace Istio system. Okay, still creating. That's why I didn't go through. The Kiali is still creating. Let's give some minutes. So let me check again. Still creating. Okay, now I can see my pods are currently running. I can now do Istio CTL dashboard Kiali. Okay. I can see my Kiali running. So like I said, either I port forward or I use Istio CTL to port forward it. So if I go to my traffic graph is empty in my application. Okay. So I can see it is out of mesh. for me to be able to enable it I have to label the namespace to join mesh. How do I do that? Oh, I have this one in here. I need to open. Okay, I have a terminal running here. I need to do kubectl label namespace Bookinfo. I want to add Bookinfo namespace istio.io/data plane mode equals to ambient. Now I've labeled it. If I go back to my Istio and I refresh, it should be in the mesh. You can see the error is gone. So I can go to my traffic. I won't have any traffic here, but I can simulate traffic from here. I can simulate traffic. Open my terminal. I have this one. Just simulate traffic. Request one is the for loop. So while I simulate traffic, I can go back to my Istio, refresh. I see my traffic graph. I can see. Now I have my traffic graph running. So here it shows how many services I have, which namespace do I have it, the label, yeah. So now that I have this running, okay, you can see our app from this ingress gateway. This is where Prometheus scrapes from this endpoint. We can access it from this. So this is actually from the product page. Prometheus is scraping from this endpoint. Then we are accessing it from this Istio gateway. Then it goes in. Yeah. Now we successfully labeled our application into the service mesh. Now we need to visualize and secure the traffic in the Istio mesh on the ambient mode. After we deployed the application in the Bookinfo namespace, you can see we are being routed through the Istio ingress, this place. It goes this Prometheus. So this is where we are being routed from. You can visualize now. For to be able to confirm into mutual.ts, you need to, let me zoom this a little bit. So I need to click this display, click security, and we generate traffic again. Okay, since I click security, I can see this padlock. This confirms that mutual TLS is active. So we can also confirm that mutual TLS is active with 10. So I said we should install Sten. I already have Sten installed. So all I need to do is do where's my terminal? A new terminal that I open, qctl get port in the namespace Istio system. Now need to confirm through this. You can do Sten z tunnel namespace, name of our pod, or let us use Istio system. That didn't work. Let's do Sten still zip on here. I just copy this. Oh, there's a mistake here. I want that. Let's do zip tunnel zt. Okay. You can see our Sten. Then we need to search. For source identity, find src dot identity. Okay, you can see our source identity is beef cluster. Yeah, same thing with destination identity, dst dot identity search. You can see beef cluster. It shows that this confirms that our source identity and destination identity is routed using mTLS. We can also, so we've verified from Kiali, we've verified this instance, we also verify from our Prometheus dashboard. All we need to do, use istio-ctl. I have multiple terminals open. I just close this. I use istio-ctl, istio dashboard, istio-ctl dashboard Prometheus. Since I already have it installed with the add-on that I installed earlier, let me show you when I installed it. Yeah, I installed when I was here, add-on. So I know this wouldn't work. I need to go and I don't know why my Istio is working like that. I need to install this again in that terminal before it can work. Okay. Okay, once that is done, let's still TCL dashboard Prometheus. Okay. Now you can see our query, our Prometheus up. You can search for Istio. Since we are using Istio TCP connection. This will be for the open total open connection. Let's execute. Okay, you can see our log. You can see the log. Now I need to just search connection policy. Find connection